And with it being a Grati-Tuesday, who or what are you grateful for? I'm grateful for the bank holiday. I'm also grateful that on a Tuesday, we get joined by one of the members of Alive and Kicking. Good morning, Reverend Sophie.
Morning, Tom. Morning, everybody. Oh, it's just so lovely to be here with you again this morning. I feel like the week has been very, very full. I don't know it was only Thursday that I saw you last, but it feels like a lot has happened.
Well, you've literally covered a lot of ground in that time too.
I have covered an awful lot of ground in that time. Yes. So on Saturday, we walked from Walton East, which is where I live, to St David's, which was around about 26 miles. But oh my word. And the day was good weather during the day for most of it. We left here at 7 o'clock in the morning. And arrived just after 7:30 in the evening. So we made really, really good time.
Yeah.
But um, but it was sort of overcast throughout the day, which was perfect. But we got to about 6 miles before the end, and then it started raining. And of course, 6 miles actually is quite a lot to do if you're sopping wet. And of course, I didn't come prepared for rain. I came prepared for sunshine, and so I was absolutely sopping wet by the time I got to the end.
Oh
But
no.
interestingly, I didn't come off as badly this time as I did the first time I did a 26-mile walk. So I've obviously worked on my feet a little. So the last time I did it, I ended up losing toenails. I didn't
Oh
lose
my
toenails.
goodness. Did you gain any blisters though?
I have got blisters on the bottom of my feet. Yeah,
Because
yeah.
that's quite a trek. It's not flat ground, is it?
No. We did take a route that was a gentle incline rather than a mega incline, because a lot of
Okay.
these people, I mean, we had one person with us who was 82 years old, and we also
Wow.
had people with us who were, there's I think 5 or 6-year-old as well with us. So it was like a big stretch of, not that the 5 or 6-year-old did the whole 26 miles, they did a little patch of it, but it was an amazing day, and we've raised over £2,000 for Plant Dairy, which is just amazing.
That's amazing. Whether you get one of these. That's incredible. And that's just one of the things you've been up to.
That's just one of the things I've been up to. Yeah. So previously, I think I spoke about it on Thursday. So prior to that, we'd done the children's festivals. We had over 300 children in Tenby and Aberystwyth over the course of 2 days, just coming to learn a little bit more about Jesus and faith, but particularly about peace, the theme of peace, and how we can have inner peace and how we can work towards peace in the world. And they did lots of wonderful activities based around that. So I mean, for instance, one of the activities was find jigsaw pieces around the church, and the jigsaw made a map of the world, and on the back of the jigsaw pieces were questions that they would answer, so, or discuss really. So that was quite good fun. Yeah, it's just been a mad, crazy week. But do you know what? I could not have done it without the help of so many beautiful people.
Yeah. I wonder, is this the basis of your Grati-Tuesday?
It is the basis of my Grati-Tuesday. Just, I am so incredibly blessed and incredibly grateful for so many wonderful people. On Friday, my church warden, Elaine, big shout out to Elaine Davies, she came with me to put the mile markers. So we drove from took Rachel out to school, and then we drove from St David's, putting up mile markers as we went for the walk, which was fun in itself. But on the way, we popped into places and said, do you mind if tomorrow, when we're on our walk, we use your toilets, basically,
Mm-hmm.
so that people didn't have to pee in a bush.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
using the toilets, using the facilities. And on Saturday, not only did they allow us to use their facilities, but they gave us free drinks, free tea, coffee and squash and water and stuff. And on top of that, when we got to about 7 miles before the end, when we were in, it was between Coruscant and Llanrhian, I think, maybe a bit further on, I can't remember exactly. There's this beautiful, beautiful campsite called Coastal Campsite. And this wonderful woman and her husband, Marilyn and Nick, give a big shout out to Marilyn and Nick. They gave us all free pizza as well. So they made these homemade oven baked pizzas that they do for takeaways for their campsite.
No way.
Free pizza. So we were just totally blessed the whole of the journey. And it was a real, and the people that we were walking with as well, that was a blessing, because they were just so willing. And obviously by the end of it, we were all exhausted and really tired, and it was raining, so we were also really wet. It was just but it was joyous. Do you know what I mean? And when everybody arrived at the cannery, so Archdeacon Paul then made sure that we all had a space that we could warm up in the cannery. It was a wonderful day, and a wonderful example of what we can do as human beings when we put our mind to it, and how we can help people when we put our mind to it. So I am totally and utterly grateful for all of those wonderful people that I've spent the last week with.
Oh, I love that. What I love about doing things with other people is that even if it is something like you're facing adversary, like inclement weather whilst you're walking the last 7 miles after having already done 20, is that you eventually look back on it and laugh at those moments as well.
Yeah.
And you remember the kindness. Like, you forget about the details, but you remember the kindness, you remember the laughter. And that's something that getting out there and just doing something, it gives you that experience to actually do something together.
Yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful time. And I think we can learn from it, can't we? We can, you've got to take that first step. You've got to take that first step in order to be able to do a journey like that. And yes, often the journey is hard, but if you've got people around you who are supporting you and loving you and cheering you on. We got to about mile 16, 17, and the Archdeacon of Ceredigion, Eileen Davies, joined us, not to be confused with Elaine, which I kept on doing on Saturday. Eileen Davies, she joined us, and she was just a breath of fresh air at that point where we were all beginning to get really tired and really and just kind of G'd us on and moved us forward, and it was great. Yeah, so it was really lovely to have her with us as well, and it was that pep that we needed at that kind of end of the day. So yeah, it was really good. Really good.
Oh, that's brilliant. I wonder if your course is actually merged with the Tour of Pembrokeshire that was going on, because that's where I found myself on Saturday. And you're talking there about doing things together. It was amazing being there at the finish line at the school and seeing these teams of people coming in and they're wearing their matching jerseys. It's amazing what we can do when we're all together.
Yeah, absolutely. So we did come, they did come past us on, I think there was a stretch from where the coastal campsite was. There was a stretch there where they crossed over with us. So we knew it was happening, and we tried to, we thought to ourselves, if we go, because of when we left, we thought we probably wouldn't run into them too often. And as it happened, we just ran into them that one time. So we just crossed over once, and there was a whole group of them that went past, and we were kind of cheering them on, and they were cheering us on.
I love that. And if you want to hear back from the Tour of Pembrokeshire, Fraser was in conversation with a few of the teams before they headed out on the Pure Sports Show, the Evans and Morris solicitors that was on last night. You can go to pureaustralia.com to listen back to that. Reverend Sophie, another 26 miles this week?
No, I'm gonna just do a few shorter ones this week, I think.
I do not blame you whatsoever. I feel like we need to put 500 miles on now. No, is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
It does sound like a good idea. Thank you so much for joining us, as ever, on our Grati-Tuesday. And if you're listening to this and you're thinking, yeah, well, actually, there is someone that's been walking alongside me for this time, and I haven't realised it, or they might be like the Archdeacon, not Elaine.
No, Eileen.
Eileen. And maybe someone's joined your journey halfway through, but they've done enough to pick you up and keep you going. Reach out to them and say, thanks for popping in. And thanks for being there to G me up over this thing that I'm going through. And just drop them a nice little message, because you never know how impactful that will be, having that favour returned.
I know, absolutely. It's just a joy to have people around you like that, isn't it? It's just wonderful. Yeah.
Reverend Sophie, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you're soaking your feet in some salt bath, magical, mystical stuff at the moment.
I'm just not putting anything too hard on my feet. I've got like very soft shoes on.
I love it.
Which are stiff. I'd show you, but I can't get my feet up that high.
I can't stretch. Reverend Sophie, thank you. We're going to look at some wonderful events around the county. I'll see if Sophie's got something lined up, and then we'll walk 500 miles to remind Sophie of that wonderful weekend. It's coming 9:20. We've got, you mentioned 5-year-olds, younger people doing the walk with you. We've got a very special young person coming into the studio next. They caught the attention of this lovely island of ours, celebrating a certain Sir David Attenborough's birthday.
Oh, it's the young man that did all the drawings. Oh my word!
He's coming. Max is coming into the studio next on Pure West Radio. Thank you so much, Reverend Sophie.
No worries. Bye for now.